Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ash AOB. We are going to be doing the maintenance on this truck today. There we are. Trucky, right? We did get the part for the steering column, so let's go ahead and open that up right here. Put it up there on this. Truck beds, they're awesome. I'm using them as tables. So kind of high, but still. Either way. There's the part. So that's what we're going to be replacing. It's 2 bolts, top, bottom, and that's basically it, right? So we're going to be getting that out. So far what we have done already, we did get an air filter. We got the oil filter, of course. We got the oil. We've already put in the engine flush, so that's already in there. And we also put in the engine fuel injector cleaner from Seafoam, so that's already in there as well. We did spray the liquid wrench on the on the part that we're going to be replacing, because it is quite rusty, so you guys will see that. Got a funnel as well for the oil change. Greases, it's my favorite. And we also got the no smoke, stop leak, stop noise. Basically it's just an engine treatment. It didn't need any of these, but this is really good. It really helps recondition your engine, smooths everything out, and lubricates everything really well. And for oil, we decided to go with the Quaker State, full of synthetic, 5W20, and we got 10 liters of it. So a lot more than we need, so we should be perfectly fine. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spray this on the part, and then we're basically gonna start getting ready to take that part out and get that sorted out. We're gonna do the maintenance and stuff after, like the oil change and all that crap. Not that big of a deal, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. We do have to remove some air stuff in the front, which I will show you guys in a second. Alright guys, so this is basically what we got here. I'm trying to see where that bolt is. It's facing right. It looks like it is. Yeah, it looks like it is. Should be able to get a wrench on there. Alright. Top one is positioned right there. Let's see if I can put my finger on it. So, yeah, right here is the bolt. There's the top one. Quite simple. The bottom one is a little bit more tricky down there. I am going to be removing this air intake just so I can get, you know, better hand access down there. I don't know if I can go underneath the truck and get to that one. I gotta check that out and see how that looks from underneath. Okay, if I can get it from under there, I'll probably just do that, because I can see the bolt, it's facing right, good access. So we'll see how that is. Other than that, I'm gonna spray this with some more, oh sorry, I already sprayed this with more liquid wrench and position the wheel where it needs to be, and now I'm gonna bungee the steering wheel into place where it is. We have the wheel sticking out just this much over here. As you can see, that gives me basically the right lineup that I need for the bolts. Obviously when you're doing it, just, you know, set it to where you feel comfortable. So here we are. Now we're gonna basically bungee the steering wheel right here into place, so that way when I do disconnect everything, it doesn't just go spinning all over the place. So I'm gonna do that now and then start loosening those bolts. Alright, so I double strapped her there. Have one onto the brake pedal and then one wrapped around the brake pedal over here because it's a little longer. I wanted the tension. So it seems to hold, should hold it in place, should. So we're gonna go from there and let's try and loosen out these bolts. Okay. After fighting like hell, these are so rusted, but we got them out. Small one's the bottom one, big one's the top one. The bottom one was a 10 mil, I don't know what was going on here. Top one's a 13 mil, which is normal. Yeah, and on the parts that we got, they're 13 and 15 mil, which was what I remember seeing. But either way, we got them out. I sprayed it down with some more liquid wrench. So I'm gonna start prying in between there, try and loosen up the top so I can knock it free and knock it down. the bottom one, basically you just use this as like a little sledge kind of hammer, like a swing hammer. So you push down and then you pull up on it really hard. Do that a few times until it basically shakes itself free, and then you should be good, you know? So we're gonna let that sit and let the liquid wrench work its way through that rust a bit, hopefully to make it a little easier on us when we're getting this thing off. We got a hammer, we're gonna take that out so we don't damage it, and yeah, gonna pry on that slot there and slap it with the hammer, and hopefully it notches its way down and comes off. That's what we're going for. We're gonna give it some time to sit and let the liquid wrench work and hopefully make our lives easier. So hard part's out the way, hopefully, getting these bolts out. Hopefully this will be a little easier getting this out, but I'll let you guys know once I get to it. I'm just gonna let it soak. All right, just want to bring you guys back in real quick, maybe a little closer up here. So it is off. Lots of liquid wrench made a big difference. I also used this right here, and I hammered that split open as much as possible, and also I'm pretty sure that shook up a lot of the rust that was in there. And then I started to hammer it down a bit just to break it free from its seal. Then I hammered this screwdriver into the slit to keep it open, and yeah, just kept knocking it down with the hammer. I don't even have that big of a hammer. I don't know where my hammer went, but let me show you guys so you can see. You really don't need that big of a hammer for this once you lubricate everything properly. As you can see, I got the steering wheel tied in so it does not budge. This is the hammer I was using, an old dollar store hammer. It has no weight to it, honestly, but it did the job, as you guys could see. So yeah, that's that part. And now basically, now I can show you guys what I mean. Take this, take that out, grab that bad boy. So basically you'd push down on that and then you pull up, down, up, until it basically shakes itself free. You're gonna need a lot more momentum than what I was just doing. I was just trying to show you guys basically what I'm about to do. I'm gonna see if there's a little slit in this one as well. If not, whatever. I'm just gonna keep hammering it until it comes out. So I'll get back to you guys when I do get that out. And I think rusty. All right. You can see it came out in two pieces because this one is so bad. It literally separated when I was trying to do the hammer out technique. It was starting to work, but then it just started to jam up. So I was like, okay, let me go and open this part here a bit. Was it this part? Yeah. So I was like, let me go open this part here a bit. Opened it up. It got a little looser. So I was like, sweet. And then I just gave it all hell and I gave it a really good pull up and it just separated. So if that happens to you, what you're gonna have to do is go underneath the truck, use something long. I had this right here. Get it up underneath here, like so. And then you just hammer the crap out of it until it pops up, which it did. Again, this is your best friend. Without that, I'm pretty sure this would have been a hell of a lot worse. But we got her out. That was the hardest part for sure. You guys can see, it's just an empty space down there now. So we are gonna go ahead and get the new one lined up, get the new one in. I'm gonna try and wipe this down a bit, get some of that rust out of there so it makes it easier to get the other ones on. And then, yeah, get back to you and show you guys where we're at. All right, y'all. So we're gonna start prepping this new steering shaft to go in. We got our red Loctite here. Got a little bit of some Lucas grease to put in inside here. Make it easier for it to slide on and stuff. You're gonna want to put in the bottom first, secure it all the way down, make sure the bolt goes through, because it is a notch. The bolt has to go through that notch. So we're gonna go ahead, take this out the package and get it going. So like I said, normally put it in the bottom first, put it in the same orientation that you took it out, get that sorted out. Once you are good there at the bottom and you got the bolt in. You can go ahead and tighten it if you want, makes no difference because it is basically a shock. So tighten off the bottom and then lift the top onto the top one here, right? Get that all the way up and seated properly, put the bolt in, and you should be good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, folks. Man, what a pain in the butt that was. Had to knock the bottom one in like a lot to get it to line up properly. Top one, because it's more accessible, I guess, like it wasn't really that. I had to knock it up for the screw to go in properly, but yeah, she's good there. Got the screw here, I got the bolt here, sorry. So I'm just gonna throw some thread lock on her. This is grease from what was in there. I'm just gonna throw some thread lock on her, throw it in, lock it down, and that's it for that. I'm gonna take a quick break and then we'll start the maintenance. Change the air filter. We're gonna do the air filter now because we're gonna fit this whole section back up. Doesn't need to be open like this after we're done here. So I might as well just swap out the air filter so we don't have to touch that again. The only thing left to do would be the oil change and put in the oil treatment, engine treatment, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and then get back to it in a moment. All right, that went in pretty easily. Didn't fight me at all, which is great because the bottom one fought me a lot. Even when I had to put it in. This one I was able to thread it up until I got to the lock washer, which is normal. Now we're just gonna tighten it off and I'm gonna go back to using two hands because I want to get this done, so I'll be back. All right, and that's that. Everything is tightened properly. Up there, down there, everything looks good. Oh man, that was a pain. It would have been a much easier process if it wasn't so rusted. Let me show you guys what came out of it real quick. Whew. That's what we got to put back in, but here it is. It literally separated and came apart. Yeah. This is the bottom one. Yeah, it's the bottom side. The bottom one wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. Top one, yeah, she's basically locked there. That's her issue, right in there. I'm holding the other side as well. That's the only way, because if I do this, everything moves. This one, you could do that. You know what I'm saying? This, you can go up and down a little bit. Side to side is a no. So, and then of course it's separated and all that stuff. Like, yeah, this is just a bad part. It's done. So we got the new one in, thankfully, and that's that. So now let's pull this air filter out, see what we look like. Honestly, it's not horrible. Can we see any sun? Let's get closer to the sun. Can we see any sun? Oh, we can't see a thing through this. Okay, yeah, so she's clogged up. It just doesn't look that bad, but she's clogged. I wish I had a vacuum for in here, but we don't. So it is what it is. Either way, it's not horrible. Whenever I do go to somewhere that has a vacuum, I'm just gonna pop this out, vacuum it out real quick, and then put the filter back in. So let's go ahead and swap out the filter. This one's garbage. Got our filter in the back here. All right, so this we'll just throw on the back of the truck. Wow, you can see all the fluff fly out of that just now. Grab the new air filter. We're using the Fram, which I'm pretty sure is what was in there to begin with. There she is, brand new. So she should, oh yeah, you can clearly see everything through that. It's insane. Give you a better show there. Yeah, see, that's what you need to see, the light. All right, slap that bad boy back in here. Wrong way. There we go. She fits nice and snug. Oh, good. Should breathe a lot better now. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw back in the intake pipe in, and then the only thing left to do, like I said, is the oil change. I think the power steering fluid is up. Let me just double check. Yeah, we're good on the power steering fluid. We do need to add some coolant. Brake fluids is fine. It's right just under max, which is okay, not a big deal. It just means the brake pads are getting low, but not too low because it's just below max, so that's fine. Other than that, coolant does need to be flush, but for now we're just gonna top it up. And yeah, so yeah, let me go ahead and slap all this back together and then we'll move on to the oil change after. All right, so got everything buttoned back up, running it for a little bit to, you know, let that engine flush work a little bit more on there. And then we're gonna turn it off, let it cool down, and yeah, do the oil change after. Yeah, that's how she's looking right now. We are gonna do the WD-40 on this here once we're all done and complete with everything, and just let it sit for a while. But yeah, there we are. So yeah, I'm gonna let it run for a bit and then I'll shut it off. Alright, so I figured in the meantime, while we waited for this to cool down a bit, we go ahead and do some of this black magic here. You know what I'm saying? Before and after. This is a Meguiar's product. We've already done this one. You can see it works. It works. Done here, done all of this, did the mirror. It looks amazing. We did this step piece. Didn't do that one yet, but you can see the difference big time. I'll show you the other mirror here. That's how the other mirror looks. All right. So, and that's this one. It's nice and shined, looking good. So yeah, we're just gonna finish this off and then slide underneath and do an oil change. Yeah. All right, guys, you can see there, new filter is in place. Oh, I drained all the oil already. Let's take a look at her. Sludgy, lovely. Just, yeah, that needed to be changed for sure. We used this to get the filter off, and we went from above. So we sat up here and then just undid it, cleaned the base plate, make sure the gasket came off with the other one, which we did already. I just want to show you guys the old one. So we have a Fram one on there right now. It's the old one that came off. Yeah, oil is, ugh. So yeah, she needed it. Got the engine flush as well in there, so you know, she's good. What we're gonna do now is add in this, just to get everything nice and lubricated. And there you go. So yeah, we're gonna dump this in and then top her off with oil, with the Quaker State that we have right there, fully synthetic, 5W20, exactly what it calls for. You can see there, boom. All right, we're also gonna clean up that cap a bit. Let me just show you guys what we got so far with the Black Magic. We've only done one side of the vehicle so far. You guys can see there. We haven't done the truck bed yet, we just started a little bit. And then I was like, let me go do it with this oil change before it cools way too far down. But I like it. The Black Magic definitely popped all the black out, made it really pronounced. Gonna do the truck bed, of course. But yeah, either way, I'm gonna get back to finishing off this oil change, and I'll get back to you guys when everything's wrapped up. Yeah, a little tip with these, it went down so fast I couldn't even. But either way, normally these take forever to go down in your motor. You just poke a little hole at the top for it to breathe. And yeah, as you can see, I didn't even get it on camera. It disappeared so fast. And this stuff is very gunky, very slimy. Yeah, as you see there, you see the runoff. It is super gunky, slimy. So that's there to coat everything throughout your motor. Bearings, everything, the whole 9 yards. I love this stuff. Yeah, cool. All right, just wanted to give you that tidbit. All right, so we got the level up to full. We're gonna do our first start. We gotta fill the oil filter. Do a quick little rev after everything levels off, and then we'll check what the level is. More than likely we're gonna have to top up the oil, of course, because the filter is empty. So yeah, let's do the first start right here on camera. Actually, before we do that, let me just make sure I buttoned everything up properly. Never hurts to double check. I know the plug and the filter is fine, double check that already. That's back in, cap's back on. All of this is still buttoned up good. And that is all we touched. We removed all the tools. There are no tools left here. Everything looks good. There's stuff on the front of the truck, but that's fine. We're not going anywhere. We're just starting it. So, back to where we were. Gotta get that changed. Either way. I gotta get that exhaust fixed, but sounds good. Make sure nothing's leaking. No oil pouring out. No oil coming from there, no oil coming from there. Everything looks good here. Alright. Sounds like everything leveled out, so let's give her a little bit of RPM. There we go. And that's that. Let's shut her off and check the oil level. Take that key out. Alright. I don't know where the rag went. Oh. Aha. Alright. You guys right there. Let's see what we got here. You wipe it off, of course. Take her back down. Yeah, so all the way down to the first point, as you can see there. So let's throw some oil in her. Yeah. All right. All right, so we added another port, and I believe I just checked it. It was good. Check it again for you guys on camera. There you go. So she's right on the line. See if you guys can see that. Boom. So she's good to go there. Nice and full. She only just needed one more quart, and we still have 4 quarts left because we bought 10. So works for me. Technically it almost took 7 because of the oil treatment thing, this thing here. Because this is basically a quart right here. So you throw this first and then you top up your oil so you don't overfill. Don't put this last after you top up your oil, because then you will be overfilling your engine. And that will blow seals and a whole bunch of other stuff. So put this first, then top up your oil, make sure your level is good, and you're good to go. This stuff is awesome. All right, so that's it there. We are done with that. Oil change is complete. Let me just clean up a bit and then I'll wrap up the video. Just give me 1 sec. All right, we are wrapping her up now. So that's it, levels are good, everything's good. Everything's nice and tight, everything's double checked. Everything looks good. Took us all day because of that stupid steering column being such a pain in the butt, but the new one looks so good. Right? Hey, that looks good. So paid off, and it feels amazing. It really does feel good. So we're done underneath this. Just double check everything, make sure all that's good. We're gonna take it for a little quick drive, whatever, make sure everything's proper. But yeah, we're done under here, so I'm just gonna close this. Shake, shake, shake. Right. So you guys can see Black Magic is doing wonders. It looks awesome. We do another little coat over our top on the handles. The handles were Yeah, so GoPro died real quick, but we're back. All right, so yeah, the Black Magic, like I was saying, works really well. It's doing its thing. I'm just gonna do another pass over the handles because the handles were pretty bad. Foot pedals look, the steps look good. Mirror looks good. We're also gonna do up here, get all that done, as well as the truck bed for the back. But I'm gonna wrap up the video first. You guys can already see what's gonna be happening with the Black Magic, so yay. Other than that, just wanted to show you guys everything we've done. So we got the oil change, we got the engine flush sorted, fuel injector cleaner sorted, that horrible pain in the butt steering column sorted. Wow, that thing was a pain. Got the engine treatment sorted, the oil that we're using, this is full because that's with the old oil. Don't just dump your oil somewhere, put it back in the container, get rid of it. Change the filter. This is what the new steering column came in. That's it right there if you guys want to get part numbers and what's not. All right, see if I can focus up on it. All right, and then of course the Fram air filter. And yeah, this is the Black Magic that we're using. So that's basically it, guys. I am beat, I'm done. We're gonna wrap this up. Yeah, it was a blast, even though it was such a pain in the butt. The steering does feel amazing now, so it was very, very much worth it. The oil change was done, so now I don't have to worry about that. Filter's good. Definitely want to get that exhaust stuff sorted out next, because it does sound pretty rough. I want it to, you know, have a nice beefy sound, but not like that. So I'm gonna get the exhaust sorted, make sure there's no leaks or anything like that, and then get a nice exhaust pipe on the back of it. Give it a nice sound, not a weird sound. It sounds good sometimes, but sometimes it just sounds weird because it's broken. The exhaust is actually not there. Better yet, actually, I'll show you where the exhaust is. 1 second. So we took it out the truck bed. So there's the exhaust that fell off. That's the tip, and then the part going out here, that's what broke. So yeah, that's that. And this is the other side of the truck. You can see we haven't done the handles yet, or the steps, or anything on this side of the truck as yet. We are gonna knock that out before we call it a day, but we are calling it a day for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a couple things. If you guys have this truck, if you're having that steering issue where it's like binding every time, like every now and again as you're turning it starts to bind, change the steering column first. It's a cheap part. If it's rusted out like mine was, it's probably gonna be a pain in the butt. If it's not rusted out and it's just seasoned up, it shouldn't be too bad to replace. But yeah, as you can see, even if it is rusted to crap, it is still possible to replace them. It just takes a lot of liquid wrench and hammer. But again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.